guys, so I just wanted to share my recent 15-day hard dry fast. So I did a lot of dry fasting this year, but I was really pushing for doing a really long one, inspired by fasting with Trevor and fasting with Alice. She's done some really long ones, and that was encouraging to me and supportive when she reached out. And Trevor's been really good, just answering different questions, and watching his videos really helped me. So when did I first hear about dry fasting? That was 2013. I was reading on my iPhone and I discovered some Russian people healing cancer, and it just triggered something in me, and I was excited and thought, wow, like that's weird. We're so conditioned to drink water, but I'm an open-minded person, and it just resonated, and I thought I'm going to try this. So I did actually try a 7-day straight up. That was after I'd had a laparoscopy and been diagnosed with endometriosis, because I'd had a lot of bladder pain and they said there's no infection. So it turned out there was adhesions all through there, and inflammation, and a lot of the girls in different forums were saying you could have it on your bladder, it's good to get that off, but it didn't help at all. And they weren't sure if it was on there or not. They said, oh, it probably was, but it was all just random. I don't believe in the medical system anymore. I don't believe in all these terrible surgeries, and it's just too much for me anyway. I just don't agree with it. So I started, the 7-day dry fast back then, and it was powerful. I lost a lot of weight. My skin looked really soft and great. I felt really light and clear, but unfortunately I didn't break it properly. I didn't hydrate enough. Probably it was water, like a good water, but I wasn't having juices. I was scared of sugar. My family's big on protein and fat and not too much sugar and not too much carbs, and don't have an extra banana because it'll break the bank and it's too many calories. And I was a bit sort of scared of smoothies even, and I ended up wanting salty foods like olives, chickpeas, salad, avocado, salt, and it just wasn't good. I've recently quit salt and I've never felt better. I've done stints of sort of cutting salt back, but never really understood it was a drug and how it makes you eat so much more. So the 7-day was great. Then I went on and I did a 9-day water fast that year, but that was really hard. I was having little bits of salt for energy because I was at a conference and I needed to move. I was taking photos of different musicians and performers, and I needed some energy, and that helped me get through, but I don't think that was very good. And over the years I've done many fasts, many water fasts, long sort of fast, taking different minerals and like some bicarb soda, lemon juice and things like that. Dabbled with the snake diet, but I just found that quite aggressive and angry vibe. The videos and the whole vibe, it just wasn't good for me. I didn't like it, too aggressive. So leading up to today, I'll just get into my recent 15-day dry fast. So day one, you sort of feel that hunger, you feel that sadness because you can't have a juice now, or you're not going to eat, and you're sort of like, oh, I want to, and then you're like, no, just remember how beautiful you're going to sleep and how clear you're going to feel, and how that feeling of hunger is when the healing's starting to happen and everything's just being chewed up and you're going into a new phase, and it's wonderful. So I just push myself and get through that. Lie in the sun sometimes. I have a beautiful rug and I'll sit out the back. We can go straight out and we're just in the garden on the grass. Got our clothesline out there, and it's just great. The ocean breeze comes through. So yeah, I'll do that. Sometimes watch something on YouTube, sometimes a movie, but I don't think I did watch a movie that day. I just relaxed. And then I go to bed early, like sometimes 7:30 I'll be in bed. I'm just like, say to my husband, I just want to rest. I just want to wind down into the evening. We're in daylight savings now. And he'll be like, oh, that's cool. I say goodnight. And sometimes I go to bed before my baby. The next day, wake up and you're sort of like, whoa. You just feel it. You're just being sucked, sort of everything's being sucked out of you, and you feel a bit gross, but then you push through that and you feel so excited. You feel sort of happy. You're on day 2. So sometimes I'll go for a walk with Barb. We'll put on some nice meditation music and I'll just do some deep breathing and encourage her to just chill and play for a while. Other mornings I'll put on cartoons for her and I'll just sort of do some affirmations and read over some positive notes that I have. thinking on lovely things, good things, setting intentions for the day, and taking some deep breaths. And then, yeah, usually when it's beautiful weather and sunny, I'll go out the back again. Trev has says don't get more than 20 minutes or 15 minutes of sun, but I just love it. So sometimes I'll do an hour, and it helps me sleep better through a hard dry fast because it's so nourishing as well, and so good for my skin when it was quite scabby and struggling purging. It just seemed to dry my skin out and help it. And I'm quite olive, and I grew up and I just love the sun and the water. So the sun to me is just so beautiful and nourishing, and as I said, helps me sleep and go to bed early and then get up early. So you do what's right for you. If you're really fair and you don't like the sun, you won't want to do that, but you do what's good for you. I try and focus on really good things through the fast, really positive, happy. Might call someone, do a FaceTime or a messenger video with Nina and me, and just someone who's positive and uplifting and full of joy, not someone who's negative and just going to drag you down. You don't want someone who's depressing or just going through problems if you're dry fasting and you just need that positive kind of energy. You need to keep yourself uplifted. Day 3, you're sort of still feeling the hungry feelings, but it's getting a bit better. You just push through it, keep yourself busy, keep doing a video or a project, reading, do some research online, or watch a documentary, or do some writing, do some creative, do some painting. I paint and I draw, so sometimes I'll do that, or just some little sketches, some reading, you get what I mean. Day 4, I noticed mucus coming up, hocking up chunks of mucus, and I noticed the hunger sort of dropped off a bit, and you feel like, even day 3, you just feel like you're into it more. This is it, let's go, we're getting deeper. Usually spend my day like walking to the beach, shoes off on the sand with Bub. She'll run around, I'll chase the seagulls a bit with her, do a few exercises, stretches, do some deep breathing meditation, go and sit out the back. If it's raining, we'll just snuggle up inside, watch some movies. She'll watch some Wiggles, some Cloud Babies. I'll have a rest some days. Day 5, day 6, you're really into it more. Purging, my lips were cracking a bit on the last fast because I'd unfortunately had some eggs, and they just feed viruses, and they seem to just feed something in my body that breaks my lips out. So I was like, I'm never doing that again. We're sort of trying to give Nina different foods, and she sometimes loved meat, so we're giving her meat, but I'm trying to wean her off that and get her onto more fruits. But it's still a learning process and can be confusing at times when she's like, I want meat. Eggs aren't that good. She's not that into them anyway. I just knew, and I'd had some roast turkey like about 2 months ago now, before that 15-day dry fast, and I was struggling with meat cravings and feeling a lot slimmer, so I could have meat, and just working all those things out. Recently quit salt, which has really helped because I don't eat as much and I'm not craving as much. Not as interested in tahini or big dressings that are fatty, and oils, and not as interested in avocados. I could smash 3 before with salt and lemon, but now it's like whatever. Like they're not as yummy because salt's such a drug, and it's so tasty and it's so stimulating, and I've just realised don't need it. Plus you lose more weight, you look leaner, you feel lighter, and your blood pressure's lower. It's been amazing. It's pretty boring. I guess that's why people don't share this. Like each day you're just deep breathing, meditating, lying in the sun, resting, walking, doing some star jumps. Sometimes I'll do 20 and then rest, then do 20 again. Maybe calling a friend, maybe watching a documentary, just playing with Nina. Sometimes we'll dance around the house now. We'll put on some, Van Morrison or 90s hits, and we'll just dance around. I'll chase her around. She loves me chasing her. you just sort of get through it, and you're not eating, you're saving money each day, you're saving that $30 a day, you're saving that $25 a day, so it's exciting. And you know, you're healing, you're getting deeper into just getting rid of blockages, kidneys opening up, lymphatic waste moving around better, softening, healing the blood, everything's recycling through and getting cleaner and cleaner and faster, and you're feeling lighter. So yeah, come to day 8, I started getting warmer, 9, hotter, so I loved being in the cold. I loved, sometimes I do the shopping and I go to Coles and I just want to go into the cold room. They have they sell soda waters that are cold, and you know, tonic waters, and non-alcoholic gins and non-alcoholic beer and things like that. I was just having a look around. For Christmas I might have something like a non-alcoholic gin with some, you know, grapefruit juice or pineapple juice, something different with some soda water, sparkling water. I know it's not the best, it's quite gassy, but as a treat I like it. So I went into the cool room with all the beers and the, you know, ciders, and it was just so soothing and calming because I was so hot, the body starts heating up like a fever. Not as hot as I've been in the past, but it was still hot, and that was great. And I'd lie on the tiles out the back and just, you know, cool down and calm myself down. That was beautiful. Yeah, and as I went on day 13, I did some videoing. I did just with my computer camera. It's pretty bad, blurry, but did some filming with that. I've got a video on my YouTube on here. And as I went on, I said I was getting very slim. My stomach looked so flat. It's just never been that flat. It looked incredible. Still had a little bit of a roll or two there, but just leaning right down, down, down. And then I just looked a bit sort of like gaunt and thin. And as I said, I broke on day 15 because I just felt so sort of embarrassed. You know, next time I do one, it might be okay and I'll push further. Trevor says he looked like a skeleton, but he got the healing. He kept going, and you've just got to realize you're going to fill out quite quickly as soon as you have that water, then some fruits, the juices, and your body will fill out quite nicely. So yeah, it gets easier. You just focus on the positive. I was doing the tongue scraping by about day 8 too. It came in the mail, so that was incredible. It sort of was helping purge mucus out. I found when I did one, it was like, it's almost like an enema, but it's not an enema, it's just purging mucus out. If mucus was like, you know, like the colon purges out waste, but the mouth purges out mucus, you know, in the way of, you know, if you compare it that way, it was like, do the tongue scraping, then all this extra mucus came out. And when I was doing the peppermint oil and brushing my teeth, it seemed to help purge out more too. The peppermint oil was really good. I was doing a little bit of salt too by about day 8. If I felt dizzy, day 9, I would put a little bit of salt under my tongue because a lady from Russia, Svetlana, she said it really helps with energy. There are some other herbs you can use too, but I couldn't get a hold of them. I tried to get them online, but I just couldn't get them. I had to get a refund. So yeah, just a little 1 drop of pink Himalayan salt under the tongue. You never swallow it, you never eat it, you just sit it there. I don't know if you absorb it or whatever, but I don't really mind. It just helped me bring my energy up. I'm on day 1 today, and you know, you don't really need it till you get further in, but I might do that again. I'll see how I go. It does help maybe kill off bugs and bacteria and all the white stuff in your mouth too, and you feel better because it's knocking some of that out, because you get all foamy and pasty. So yeah, some people don't agree with that, as I said, but I don't mind it, and it seemed to help me. So yeah. What else? The peppermint oil, the brushing the teeth, the star jumps is really good. The stretching, not being too lazy, pushing yourself. They say in Russia on a lot of the videos, move, get out there and you'll feel better. Don't just lie around all day. Some days I have just lay around all day, and I've said to my baby, I need rest, come and give me a cuddle, and then I put on a show for her. She'll have a sleep and she'll snuggle up. In days that it's rained and I'm dry fasting, I've had to just rest and, you know, watch something on YouTube and take it easy. You can't really go out. I don't have the car most days because my husband drives to Maxville, half 40 minutes away. But that's fine. Sometimes a friend will pick us up and we'll go do something. And I walk a lot, and I'm close to the beach, but when it rains we just stay indoors, and it's great. Just get through the day. Yeah, another thing is get creative. You know, I think I've talked about that. Yeah, just it helps pass the time, and if you're doing videos and you're doing something fun, it's really good. Yeah, so the 15-day dry fast was great. Those are the key things that really helped me go further. The salt under the tongue, just killing off candida and white, mucus, and the peppermint oil, 7 drops at a time, sometimes 3 times a day, 4 times a day. Brushing my teeth, which sometimes I hadn't done, but it really helps you just feel fresher. Yeah, and moving a bit more and keeping busy, not looking at the watch all the time, not trying to pass the time, just going with the boredom. If you're bored, that's fine. Out of boredom comes inspiration and new life. Out of nothingness comes everything. So it's a really good thing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Really recommend it. Building up. It's a great thing to do. Really healing, really purifying of the lymphatic system, and exciting.